Hello friends, we are talking about the water cycle this week, and today we're going to be focusing on all the water on the earth. There's a lot of water on the earth, but how is it made up? What parts of the water belongs to different categories? So today we're going to be focusing on those 6 categories, how they're found and how they compare to each other. So the first one is salt water. We have fresh water. We have ice caps and glaciers. So that's frozen water. We have groundwater, which is water underneath the ground. We have lakes and rivers. All right, then we have the water in the soil and air. Okay, so we have saltwater, freshwater, ice caps and glaciers, groundwater, lakes and rivers, and the water in the soil and the air. So we're actually going to open this up. This is a booklet. It'll be glued onto the page right here. And then we're going to talk about all of the different percentages of the water and where it's found. So 1,000 milliliters of water represents blank the water on Earth. So we're going to use a model representation to show how they compare. So overall, this is going to be all of the water on the Earth. Okay? This is a model, a limited representation of an object used to help us understand its structure and how it works. In other words, we're going to use this model so we can understand it because we do not have the ability to use all of the water at once. So this would be 1,000 milliliters. Okay, we're going to color this bottle full of blue water at the end. So it's going to be up to this level. The next one is going to be how much is in each. Do you think that is there more salt or is there more fresh? I would like you to fill that out. It has to add up to 1,000, so pause this, fill that out, and then we'll come back. All right, so salt water is going to be, out of this 1,000, 972 will be salt water. So we will be just up to this level here. And 28 would be fresh water. So you can see the majority of it is salt water. And now I would like you to go get your blue crayon or colored pencil and we will color these on this page. Okay, so I am going to color lightly so I don't color over my words this entire bottle because this will be all of the water that we're dealing with, the 1,000. So the entire large bottle, just like we're pouring out of a large 2-liter bottle, for example, and pouring it into separate cups. So that's what this model is representing. What does each cup or small bottle represent? So the salt water here would be right up to that level. You can see the majority of it. The majority of it is salt water, and then the fresh water goes up to that level. Okay. So now these are pieces of this tiny little part of the fresh water is divided up into these sections. So this is the oceans and seas that are salt water, and then the rest is fresh water divided up into these categories. Okay, so all of the 28 milliliters is divided into, we have 23.5 milliliters, would be our glaciers. The 4 milliliters would be our groundwater. This is going to be 2 drops. And this one would be 1 drop, so it's not even enough to be a milliliter. These 2 drops. So the majority of it is in ice caps and glaciers. The groundwater, the lakes and rivers, the soil, and the air is what we would use for survival. Out of the 1,000 milliliters, we have a little over 4 milliliters that is usable. So I would like you to answer these questions. Were you surprised at any of these amounts? Do you feel the need to conserve or save water, like not wasting water? What do the bottles represent? The bottles represent the distribution of water on Earth. Does the amount of water ever change? No. Remember we said it only changes states. It never changes. It either moves. Now, we're not talking about states like Florida and New York. We're talking about states like solid, liquid, gas. So it could go to become ice or liquid, but it never changes the amount. So that is a representation of our water. The 28 milliliters would be too small for us to fill these up. So we're not actually going to color those because it is so small. So fill in these questions, and that will be your notes for today in the distribution of water.